recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list? Oh my God.
You're like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
Aaron.
I haven't started cooking more, but I have started thinking about cooking more, so I've looked at a lot of recipes for things. Mostly cocktails.
Zahkia.
I'm a very happy evil genius.
Yeah.
And Nick.
For all the listeners out there, if you spend enough money, you can be where I am today.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Zahkia Mendoza. Hello, Zahkia.
Hello, Jonathan Oakes. How are ya?
I am doing well. I've heard that you have a surprise format for us today of sorts. I am intrigued and terrified.
Don't be terrified. Mendoza, I tried to tamper her down a little bit, so we should be good. It should be fun.
Okay, we're going to see if she escapes during the game. I want to introduce our guest. First up, Arjun Sivakumar is with us today. Hello, Arjun.
Hey, Jonathan. How are you?
I am doing well. Quinn McGarry is with us. Hello, Quinn.
Hello, Jonathan.
And Eugene Chang is with us. Hello, Eugene.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello. All right. I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. Arjun, we're going to start with you. Please tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm Arjun Sivakumar. I'm an attorney from Orange County, California. I'm the OC, otherwise known as the OC. And something fun about myself is I was lucky enough with my wife we had our 5-year anniversary this year, and we were able to take a week-long trip to Japan to celebrate. And the thing I found most exciting, among many other, obviously the historic sites and everything are incredible, but there's a lot of things you can do there that you just can't do in the United States due to regulation. Like there's something called fire ramen, where they basically you get ramen and they basically put the edible equivalent of lighter fluid on it and light it on fire in front of you. Like that was pretty epic. And then there's also all the animal cafes. Like we went to a capybara cafe where there was a full-size capybara.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You can snuggle with. Yeah, and it's amazing. Actually, it's not as fluffy as you'd think. The fur is more like bristles, I would say, than fluff. But really nice, really obviously cute and friendly creature. So we had a great time. Great country. Love to go back.
That is very cool. Now, Arjun, you didn't mention this, but you were recently on the 1%, the game show on Amazon Prime. And I got to tell you, man, I don't watch a lot of TV except for like with Sarah. And so I've plowed through 5 episodes of this show trying to find your appearance, and I haven't gotten to it yet. And I'm like, dadgummit, I wouldn't be watching it if I wasn't trying to get to Arjun here. What episode are you on?
A couple more episodes. I think it was episode 9.
Episode 9. All right, y'all. Go out there and watch episode 9 and see how Arjun did. I have no idea. I haven't gotten there yet.
I've seen all the episodes. I'll have to go back and watch that one again.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'm not allowed to say anything, so you'll have to watch it to find out.
Very cool. All right. Well, Arjun, it's great to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Quinn, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Quinn McGarry. I'm a high school math teacher and a quiz bowl coach from the Springfield, Missouri area. And while we're on the topic of travel, my family got to take a trip to the UK this summer. I spent a couple of days in London, a couple of days in Scotland, a couple of days in Ireland, just kind of seeing all the sights and learning a lot of history and art and all the culture that's there. I really enjoyed it. Wish I could have stayed longer because 4 days in London is not enough to see everything that you want to see.
No, I believe that. What are the coolest things, like maybe 2 or 3 of the coolest things that you saw while you were in the UK?
I think my favorite part was probably visiting the British Museum. I'd seen it on different television shows, the big atrium area that they've got, and didn't realize how huge it was until I actually got there. They've got like 60, 70 different rooms that you can go in. It's got artifacts from all around the world, and really enjoyed that. Spent a whole day there. My favorite part was probably seeing the Rosetta Stone. I had always kind of pictured it as this like small little tablet, kind of like, if you see pictures of the 10 Commandments, it's just this little thing that you can hold in your arms. But no, it's this huge giant monolith, like 6x6, and it's got all these languages on it, and really cool to just be able to see that in person.
Is it? I had no idea it was that big. I thought it was small too.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's amazing. Yeah, the British Museum would definitely be a very interesting place to visit. Lots and lots of cool stuff there. Oh, very cool. Quinn, glad to have you here, man. Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Eugene, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hello, I'm Eugene Chang. I live in the central coast of California, but shout out to Zahkia. I went to the University of Michigan and lived there for a few years afterwards. So go blue. It's a rebuilding year, but we're doing good.
I'll say go blue ? Because technically I'm a Spartan, but
Right?
I know.
I do
know.
appreciate it. I do appreciate
But you're
go-
associated, right? There's a connection.
Yeah, enough.
But yeah, I'm on the central coast of California these days, which is great. I'm a digital project designer working in education technology. Something fun about myself, I was thinking about the last time I've done formal trivia. I haven't done it in a little bit, but it haunts me to this day that when I was a junior in high school doing Quiz Bowl, that I got a question wrong about how long a marathon is, which is a little bit ironic now because I am a bit of a runner. Not like some of the people in the Army who seem to be like doing ultras and whatnot. That's way, way beyond me. But I do enjoy the occasional race. Half marathon distance is kind of what I go after these days.
No, that's fantastic. I, on the other hand, could go maybe 50 feet, and then I'm like, all right, I got to get a break here. So 50.2 feet to be precise, though. Don't want to miss that.
That's the thing about being a runner, though, is that it's impossible to put context around how hard you're running, because to anybody who isn't a runner, saying that you ran a half marathon sounds like impossibly long. But to anybody who is a runner, it's like, oh, yeah, it's a walk in the park. Like, no big deal. So, it's a weird thing.
It is insanity. It is insanity. But you're right. Like that. Like if you're a runner, 13 miles, if you're doing, I don't know what a good mile is, but I assume it's less than 10 minutes. So you're talking about 2.5 hours of a run.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing is like my kids will always ask me, hey, what place did you come in? It's like, I don't know, 14th, 32nd, 105th. It doesn't matter, right? Like, it's not about that at all. But they always want to know. It's like, did you win? It's like, I will never win a race.
Yes, you did. If you finish a race of 13 miles or longer, you're a freaking winner.
Oh, true. But I will not come in first until I become like 70 and I get into like the really old age groups. There's not a lot.
Outlast the beep, beep. By the way, Zahkia, you don't get to go back and forth between your allegiances. The last time we had a question with Michigan in it, you were getting us a hard time because we didn't think of Michigan with our answer. Now you're like, well, not really Michigan. I'm really Michigan State.
I can do whatever I want as long as it's not Ohio State, okay?
You know what, Zahkia? I think you can do whatever you want as well, right? Arjun believes.
Yeah, we're team California. We're laid back here.
Beautiful. All right, guys. It is going to be an awesome show today. I'm excited about it. And I'm going to get started right now with Warming Up Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Okay, friends. I also did a kind of an unconventional Warm It Up Chris. It's going to take us back to high school. It's going to take us back to our friend Ben Young a little bit. Ooh. I've got the first 25 elements on the periodic table. Let's name them.
Okay.
All right.
Holy mackerel.
This is great.
Yeah, just keep it real fun, guys. Just have a good day. Who seems happiest? Quinn, you're still smiling. You're up first.
All right. I will take the low-hanging fruit and go with hydrogen.
Hydrogen is number one, correct. Eugene, my Wolverine buddy, you're up next.
We'll go helium.
Helium. correct. Are we going to do them in order? That'd be great.
Running out already.
Not.
I don't know it that well.
Arjun, you're up next.
About lithium.
Lithium! All right, Jonathan, can you do it?
I don't believe I can, but maybe. I'm going to say boron.
Boron is number 5. So we skipped
I was
number
1
4.
off.
But
I ruined it.
no, nothing's ruined. We're good.
We're trying to go in order.
We don't have to. We just need to get the top 25. Quinn, you're up.
Let's go with argon.
Argon, number 18. Nice. Eugene.
Carbon.
Carbon, number 6. Nice. Arjun.
How about nitrogen?
Nitrogen is number 7.
Okay, so I'm wondering if like number 4 is actually one of the metals on the left side. I thought it was a gas on the right side, but I know one of the other gases is oxygen, so I'm hitting that.
Oxygen is number 8. But nice job. Quinn.
Let's go with radon.
Radon is not in the first 25. Eugene.
Silicon.
Ooh.
Silicon, not in the first 25.
Ooh, what is it?
Oh, that's let me bring up my trusty periodic table. If this were my mom's house, it'd be on the wall. Silicon. Oh, wait a minute. What? Yes.
Isn't
Silicon
it?
is number 14. Sorry.
I thought it was.
I know. I thought it was high somewhere.
Sorry. I have that zoomed out too far. Maybe I need glasses. All right. Arjun, you're up.
Oxygen.
I said oxygen.
Yeah, Jonathan said oxygen.
How about fluorine?
Fluorine, number 9.
We still don't have number 4.
No, we don't. Want to try it? Want to go for it,
Is it
Jonathan?
me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In my mind, on the periodic table, on the very left-hand side, underneath lithium, is an Mg. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to guess manganese.
Manganese is correct. But it's not the one you're thinking of.
All right. Well, what number was manganese?
25.
Woo! I'm in there.
Squeezed it in.
2 more rounds. Quinn.
Let's see if I can think of the one that Jonathan was thinking of. Is it magnesium?
Magnesium is the one. Yes.
What number is that?
Magnesium's number 12.
12. Okay. I'm trying to visualize this thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Eugene, you're up.
Iron?
Iron. I don't see it. Let me do a cursory check.
15 or
cursory
16-ish, maybe?
No. Oh,
No.
Iron's number 26. Like, right off.
Ooh.
Arjun.
Sulfur.
Sulfur, number 16.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Arsenic?
Arsenic and old lace. I think it's a little too heavy for the first.
It might be a row lower.
Yeah, arsenic is number 33.
Darn it.
Last round. Quinn.
I'm trying to think. I know the noble gas is better than I know anything else. I'm trying to remember what the noble gases near the top are. I'm thinking one of them might be neon.
Neon is correct. Very nice. Eugene.
What number?
Oh, 10.
10. 10.
Chlorine?
Chlorine is absolutely on this list. It's number 17. Arjun?
Sodium.
Sodium, number 11. Nice job.
Oh.
And Jonathan, close us out.
Everybody gave really good answers at the end, and y'all got better, and I got worse. I can't believe we haven't named 4. And I can't believe that it's not coming to mind. I don't know it. I'm going to throw out molybdenum.
Molybdenum? Molybdenum is
Sure.
not.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelled molybdenum.
I think it's molybdenum. I don't know, but that's number 42. So that is not in the top 25.
Molybdenum sounds like a punk rock, some kind of punk rock.
I know. Yeah, I'm kind of into it. Number 4 is not lead or Zeppelin. It is
zinc.
beryllium.
Beryllium. No wonder we didn't get it.
Yes. We said boron and carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, sodium, magnesium. I don't think we said number 13. Aluminum or aluminium for our friends in the UK. No one said 15. Phosphorus.
That was going to be my next one. Almost.
Did someone said argon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Did someone say number 19? Potassium?
No, but I had it written down and went with a different answer.
And did someone say number 20? Calcium?
Also written down, but didn't give it as an answer.
What happened to our nutritional minerals, guys? Number 21, I feel like people forget, is an element. Scandium. Yeah, that's a weird one. No one said number 22, a light metal favored by David Guetta and Sia, titanium.
That was next on my list.
And 23 is another oddly forgettable one, vanadium. And 24, it's great if you like colors. Oh, hearts for vanadium.
Big heart.
I was hoping that it would stop.
Did that happen? Like, does it do it when you like do that, or what happened?
Go away.
We love vanadium. Number 24 is chromium.
Chromium.
I think that's a fairly decent job on the first 25 periodic table because we talk about those a lot. And just make sure to have some calcium and potassium in our diets. Eat bananas and spinach.
There you go. There's your daily piece of advice from Zahkia. All right, Al, this is going to be episode number 504. That means we are on the main feed. So a huge thank you to everybody who is listening. We love you guys, and we think that you might want more of what we do. And if you do, you need to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up as a sergeant or higher to get access to a lot of episodes you can't hear anywhere else. Or sign up as a lieutenant or higher and start accumulating points towards coming on the show. Today's game, it's going to be Arjun and Eugene versus Quinn and Jonathan. Zahkia's hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
I'm just going to point out to Eugene that my middle name is Eugene. So in my head, I'm hearing Jonathan Eugene Chang.
He is not your partner. You cannot mind meld.
I know.
It's
a shame for that reason.
It's a pretty rare non-Korean name. Amongst the 17 Eugenes I've met, 16 of them have been Korean and 1 have been Chinese.
Get out of here. I had no idea.
There's no non-Korean Eugenes out there.
So here's what happened. Here's what happened in the U.S. to the best of my ability, because Eugene was a common name 50 years ago, 60 years ago or so. There is a character in the movie Grease who is named Eugene, and he is a prototypical, stereotypical nerd that got picked on and made fun of. And I don't think I've met anybody named Eugene who was born after Grease came out, other than maybe people who are not in the U.S. That's really interesting. Who knew Eugenes were so popular in Korea?
Right? I think it's because it's easy to pronounce for Koreans. Like there's no weird syllables. There's no R's in it, which is really hard for Koreans, so it makes it easy. The funny thing is when I was in high school, one of my nicknames was Harvey for random reasons. And in Bye Bye Birdie, the nerd in that one is named Harvey Johnson. And so I double whammied with the musicals and nerddom.
You also got Harvey the Invisible Rabbit.
Right. I think that's where somehow my name came from, but I don't even know why.
Wow.
Somebody just started calling me it, and it stuck.
All right, Zahkia, you said you're excited.
Yes, I'm excited. So the genesis of this interesting format really comes from me keeping a list in my notes app of all sorts of things. And I keep question ideas. And I notice when I keep question ideas, I am really what trivia people call a trash girl. I like pop culture. And I like Eugene's like, what do you mean a trash girl?
No, I mean,
No, he knows what
culture.
that means.
Oh, but that's the thing. So I'm like, I don't want to make an entire pop culture game. That seems mean. So I split it out into halves. So the first half of the game is like, you know, the things you learn in school, right? Are just kind of more academic. And the second half is clued in pop culture. So that's why the Warming Up Chris is like, hey, take you back to high school and you'll see what happens in the rest of the game.
I love it. Excellent. I like it.
So here's what it sounds like. Eugene's like he needs to build a strong enough lead in the first half for us not to catch up in the second half. That's what I get from him just now.
So let's just get into it. Round 1, question 1. Your category. I'm sorry.
Is that the question? That's category?
That's the category.
The category?
Yes.
Wow.
Sound effect. We're audio medium. I am leaning fully into this. Got silly Zahkia today. Your question. Mendoza isn't here for question 1, so there's no need to cry. Just tell me the name for the layer of vascularized fatty tissue located between the skin and muscle of whales, seals, penguins, and sea cows.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Eugene immediately said blubber, and I agree. I think we're good to go with that. What do you think, Eugene?
Yeah, not to be mistaken for flubber, which I don't think I've actually watched. But yes, it seems like that fatty tissue blubber seems about right to me.
All right. We'll go with that. Eugene and Arjun are locking in with blubber. Quinn and Jonathan, what did you say?
Yeah, if the answer was flubber, it would have been a thin layer of tissue on the bottom of basketball players' shoes, causing them to bounce very high when they're playing basketball. But this, with the fun cry clue in there, is blubber.
And can't forget the weird category name of that's blubbering your lips, because the correct answer is blubber. Nice job. Round 1, question 2. Your category is parts of speech. This part of speech is defined as a word or phrase that modifies a verb or an adjective, but not nouns. A simple way to identify these words is an ending of ly, but it isn't the case 100% of the time. Girl,
I'm with you, Quinn.
All right, Berg. Yeah.
Ooh, do y'all want a 3, 2, 1?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Count us down, Zahkia.
3, 2, 1.
Adverb.
An adverb. Very nice. Very nice. That just came up with I don't know. Adverbs came up recently. I think Dave and I were talking about it. Nice. All right. Round 1, question 3. Your category is the ringer. As of June 8th, 2023, this planet officially won the competition of who has the most moons with 146, overtaking Jupiter's 79. Its largest moon, Titan, is larger than the planet Mercury, and its smallest moon, Mimas, is smaller than a sports arena.
All right, we can lock in.
All right.
Quinn, I agree with you. Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, I know I recently had heard about that Jupiter had been overtaken by another planet as far as how many moons had been discovered. And I think what I recall was that it was Saturn. And then reading the question again, I saw that it mentioned Titan, which I know is a moon of Saturn because I've played a lot of the video game Destiny, which takes you to various planets and their moons as you explore space and collect loot. So I feel very confident that this is in fact Saturn.
All right. So Quinn and Jonathan say Saturn. Eugene and Arjun, what did you say?
Yeah, similar thought process. I mean, it's I think I've seen articles about this, and Saturn. I associate Titan with Saturn. Destiny, that was a good game actually. I forgot about that, but it wasn't exactly from that, but just from I think just knowing that Titan is associated with Saturn, we went with Saturn as well.
Plus, I think the category was Rings of Power. Is that right? There you go.
Yeah.
I wish I had thought of Rings of Power. I went with The Ringer, but hey, it still works. Because your correct answer is the planet with the most notable rings, Saturn. Nice job, both teams. So, friends, at the end of round 1, we are 30 all. Nice job.
Good start.
So let's get into round 2, question 1. Your category, flamboyant airport names. The airport serving the Caribbean island of Bonaire is named after this bird in the family Phoenicopterae. Its name in English translates to flame-colored from Old Portuguese.
Sent that to the wrong chat. Yep. All right, we can log in.
All right, Eugene and Arjun, you can talk it out if you like.
The first thing that came to mind, I don't know if it's just all the flamboyance and other things you were saying, but flamingo was the first thing that came to mind. The only other one that kind of, when I was thinking about flamboyant birds, was a peacock, but that doesn't sound right in terms of flame-colored or anything.
Yeah, flamingo sounded good to me, and then it sounds Portuguese, at least the ending, so...
Yeah.
So I think, I would go with you on flamingo, Eugene.
Okay. I think we're going to lock in with flamingo.
Okay, Eugene and Arjun say flamingo. Jonathan and Quinn, what did you lock in with?
We picked up on the clue in the category name, the flamboyance. A flamboyance is the collective name for a group of flamingos, so we also locked in with flamingo.
And I like to say, if I were an animal, I'd absolutely be a flamingo.
Wow.
That is the correct answer. I mean, I couldn't be anything else. It's bright pink. It's like skinny legs, like to stand on one, like just always kind of weird and flamboyant and doing its own thing. I am absolutely a flamingo all day long.
Yeah, I was wondering why you've been standing on one leg this entire time.
This entire time, right? You should see the way I eat.
Zahkia, I am just a basic bear.
I don't know. I like bears a lot too, but
yeah.
I'm not cool enough to be a bear. So
I think it's very little to do with coolness. By the way, a group of peacocks, a muster is one, but an ostentation of peacocks.
Oh, very nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
There's one of them that's called a blessing. Is that the unicorns?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a blessing of unicorns.
I think ravens as an unkindness. I heard that recently.
Yeah, unkindness of a parliament of owls, a murder of crows.
A crash of rhinoceroses.
I heard a crash of rhinoceros, and Quinn, you said something?
Oh, I was just saying, I want to know who came up with these names. They're all so fun.
Yeah, it's intentional.
I was going to say me, but that's not true.
I want to nickname a group of bandicoots a crash. Then it can be a crash of bandicoots.
Yes, I agree.
Perfect, right? So let's make that a thing. That comes from us here right now.
Yes. Write it down. Sign it. All right. Let's get into round 2, question 2. Your category is science.
Science.
Oh, I love the science call. Necrotoxins found in vipers. Neurotoxins found in jellyfish and scorpions. Myotoxins found in rattlesnakes and lizards. And cytotoxins found in bees and spiders are the 4 major toxin types that make up what class of naturally occurring animal poisons?
We can lock in.
Okay, Quinn and Jonathan, you can talk aloud.
So, Quinn, I was on the same page with what you were saying. You suggested venom. And I also immediately thought venom, but I'm concerned because I was just about to say, I feel like venom is a mouth thing. Venom comes from fangs. And so having bees and scorpions on the list leads me thinking maybe that's not right.
Yeah, it doesn't quite feel right to me either. I just know that there's kind of a distinction between a venom and a poison in general when we're talking about animals. So that's the first thing that occurred to me, but I don't really have any other guesses what this could be.
And we may end up going with it if we can't think of something else, because it is also the first thing and the best thing that I've thought of so far. All of these are toxins, and she uses poison, naturally occurring animal poison in there. 4 major toxin types. I mean, these are all... No, they're not all stinging things. Some of these you would think of as stinging, but like a spider and a rattlesnake, those are like spider venom is definitely a thing.
Yeah, I mean, those are more commonly going to bite you, whereas the scorpions and the jellyfish and the bees are going to sting you with a stinger.
Do you think it's going to be another word with toxin at the end?
I don't know. I haven't heard of anything. I just keep going back to venom. I don't really have any other guesses what it could be if it's not that.
Okay. Then I think we should go with that.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Venom.
Okay, Jonathan and Quinn locked in with venom. Eugene and Arjun, what did you say?
Same kind of thought process. The first thing that came to mind was venom for poisonous animals, stinging or snakes and things like that. And we couldn't really think of anything else that could fit, so we went with venom.
Well, Tom Hardy would be proud of all of you. The correct answer is venom.
Eddie Brock for the win.
To answer your question, Jonathan and Quinn, you kind of mentioned like the delivery is part of the venomous thing, but it doesn't have to come from a mouth. It has to come from some apparatus. So it can come from a bite, but it can also come from a stinger. Bees absolutely have venom in the same way that like spiders' fangs. And for those curious, necrotoxins make tissue die, neurotoxins affect the nervous system, myotoxins affect muscles, and cytotoxins kill cells. So yes.
Wow.
Venom for everybody.
Delightful stuff all around.
There need to be 4 different sets of symbiotes, each one with a different type of toxin that does different things.
Ooh.
I feel like this is lined up for a would you rather question. Which 4 ways would you want to die?
Ooh.
None of the above. I don't want
Whichever one.
They all sound bad.
They all sound bad. Necrotoxin sounds like the fastest one, so I'm going to go with that.
Is there a soft pillow toxin? I'd be down for a soft pillow.
Or a sleepy toxin, so I don't have to feel it. Let's get into round 2, question 3, your category, presidential poetry. Walt Whitman's 1865 poem, "O Captain, My Captain," is about a captain that dies as an arduous and perilous sea voyage comes to an end. Who is the metaphorical captain in the poem?
I think we've got...
We've got
locked in.
Les Meow Meows. Eugene and Arjun, have at it.
Yeah, so I think this is Abraham Lincoln. It's Civil War era, I think, and it seems to make sense with the metaphor, obviously, that he passed away at the end of the struggle. What do you think, Eugene?
That sounds good. I feel like I actually heard this like 2 weeks ago, and it's frustrating me that I can't 100% cue it in. But I do vaguely remember that it is one of the presidents I know, which is only like 6 of them. So that sounds about right. The timeline looks about right. So yeah, I'm down. We can go with Lincoln.
We'll lock in Lincoln.
Oh, all right. So we have our Meow Meow cat team. What did you guys say?
So I'm a big fan of poetry. Being a Quiz Bowl coach, this is one that comes up quite a bit in Quiz Bowl questions, and my students happen to know this one as well, that "Oh Captain, My Captain" talks about a captain who has fallen cold and dead, talking about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Well, again, Robin Williams, rest in peace, would be proud of you guys also. The correct answer is Abraham Lincoln. Nice job. So at the end of round 2, we are 60 all, friends. Very nice.
That's a good game so far. I love the questions.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. See?
I'm glad I was able to answer a question. That was really my goal. Get one right.
I'm just making you like me now so you don't hate me in the second half.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here.
Round 3, question 1. Your category is business.
Money, 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 money.
Money. The state with the most Fortune 500 companies HQ'd there is California. Shout out to Eugene and Arjun. Tied for first with 57. Which state is number 2? home to 49 Fortune 500 companies, including McKesson Corp, which is HQ'd in Irving, and Dell, HQ'd in Round Rock.
Cool. We'll lock in.
Okay, Jonathan and Quinn, you can talk it up.
All right, both Quinn and I were like, oh, she's going to ask about Vermont. This is going to be Vermont. Just go ahead and write it down to start with. And you say Irving. I'm like, oh, crap, that's not Vermont. I think it's Texas. And then you said Dell. It's like, I'm pretty sure Dell is from Texas, too. So, Quinn, I think Irving is in Texas. I don't know about Round Rock, but I think Dell is a Texan company.
Yeah, I don't really have a business in here, but I do have some friends of mine who live in Dallas, Texas. And last time I visited them, I do recall seeing signs for an Irving, Texas. So it feels good to me.
All right, let's do it. We'll say Texas.
Arjun and Eugene, what did you guys say?
I think once you got to Dell, that was the same thing. Texas plus Dell is well known. I'm in the tech industry, so something that is easy to remember for me. And Arjun was with me on that.
Yeah, same here. I think I've heard of Dell being from Texas. So.
Well, you knew not to mess with it. The correct answer is Texas.
Right.
But Jonathan and Quinn, why were you so sure about Vermont?
Vermont is well known for companies due to favorable tax codes and favorable business breaks. And so lots of companies headquarter in Vermont, even though they have nothing to do with Vermont.
I thought that was Delaware.
That's Delaware.
Oh, well, then I said the wrong state.
Only you could have.
I apologize to everybody who cares. I had the wrong state floating around in my head for the right reason, but hey.
So
I think Ben and Jerry's is Vermont, right? So
Ben and Jerry's is absolutely Vermont. And my friend Ian Schultze, also headquartered in Vermont. So yeah, like Vermont, huh?
Oh, God,
but
yeah, I know. I told you my front brain and back brain weren't connecting today. Now it's just giving me wrong connections.
You're good. You got Texas. You're hitting it where it counts. It's good. So let's get into round 3, question 2. Your category, don't lose your materials. Pressure might create diamonds, but if you apply metamorphic pressure to limestone or dolomite, you'll end up with this.
Cool. We're going to lock in.
Okay. Quinn and Jonathan, you can talk.
So we're struggling on this one. We don't really know. We're talking about whitish and greenish colors. I mean, diamond and emerald and ruby and sapphire are all corundum, right? So it could be something similar like that. Maybe it's emerald. It could be jade. It's also considered a precious stone of sorts or a semi-precious stone. And I threw out the idea of it. Maybe we're talking about like a geode. Maybe metamorphic pressure creates like pockets of air or something. Or if you think it's whitish, maybe it's like ivory or pearl, not pearl, mother of pearl or something like that. But I do believe it's going to be some kind of precious stone. And I don't get the clue and the question, don't lose your materials. Like, lose your materials. Maybe materials is like the kind of things you're trying to get in, like Settlers of Catan or something like that. Maybe there's a clue in there as some kind of material in a game that you use. But I'm kind of stuck there. I don't have what I need to finish the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I play Settlers of Catan, so if we're maybe thinking about going that route, although those are typically referred to as resources and not materials, but if we're going that route, the only thing that I could think of is that ore is a resource in Settlers of Catan, but that doesn't really feel good to me.
No, I agree. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your cool. Well, hold on. Maybe it's coal. Because don't lose your cool, don't lose your coal. And diamonds come from pressurized coal, but something else had to be pressurized to create the coal first. Maybe it's coal.
But isn't coal just a form of carbon?
We're at time.
Want to say coal?
Sure, why not?
All right, we'll say coal. Says coal.
All right. Eugene and Arjun, tell me what you're thinking.
All right, so we couldn't really think of anything for a while. Then we were throwing things back and forth, and then Eugene mentioned brilliantly marble, and I thought marble, that kind of makes sense. I kind of figured halfway through, like we weren't getting rocks, like the category name might be the best way to get it. Then Eugene said marble, and I was thinking, oh, don't lose your material, don't lose your marbles. That must be it. So we went with that, and then first of all, like assuming it's right, then we're like, all right, then we're just sitting here like thinking like Jonathan is probably going to Jonathan this, getting closer and closer and closer.
If I had
So we were
another
trying
minute,
to keep a
maybe.
poker face, but
Yeah, when you started
What?
going down the don't lose your road, I was like, oh, he's right next to it.
yeah.
Really, the
It's
only
really
thing
right there.
I was like, what are the rocks that I can think of? It's like, well, I could think of granite and I can think of marble, and I literally can't think of any other rocks. Hopefully, it's one of those two.
That was convenient.
My goodness. Yes. Jonathan, I had to send them a note to like hide my face a little bit because I saw them talking about how you were about to Jonathan. I'm like, yes, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. Because the correct answer is indeed marble.
Really close.
You
job,
were
guys.
so stinking close. But still close game. You can make it up in round 3. Question 3. We've got a German category name, so I'm going to try and pronounce this the best of my ability. Im Westen nichts Neues. Your question. This book, sometimes referred to as the greatest war novel of all time, entered the public domain in 2024. It focuses on World War I soldier Paul Baumer, who is a semi-autobiographical character based on the author Erich Maria Remarque.
Oh, thank you. I've got meow meow meow.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Meow meow.
Write it
Lock
down
lock.
for you, Ken, if you don't already have it. Oh, you already got it. We're good. We're locked in.
Okay. So Eugene and Arjun, you can talk this one out.
The first thing that came to mind, I was thinking about it even as the question was going, World War One. It's is all quiet on the Western Front. It seems like Eugene's willing to go with that, so that sounds right to me. And I think this is thinking back to Quiz Bowl. This is one of those where sometimes people get like part of the word wrong and get it wrong, but so I believe it's all quiet on the Western Front. We'll go with that.
Okay. Jonathan and Quinn, what did you meow meow on?
So, Quinn, I know why I knew it, but you had it written down before I ever looked at the chat. So what do you know?
Oh, I just know, as the other team mentioned, this is another thing that does come up in Quiz Bowl quite a bit. I know that they also recently made a movie version of this for Netflix, which I watched. It was entirely in German, but dubbed over in English, about Paul Bäumer. And so, yeah, because I'd seen the movie and because I know it from Quiz Bowl, this is definitely going to be All Quiet on the Western Front.
And I know it because when I was a senior in high school, I told my dad I was bored, and he's like, "Oh, man, I can give you a book to read." I'm like, "All right, shoot." And he hands me All Quiet on the Western Front. So I've read the thing. It's not big. It's a little book.
Fortunately for both teams, this is not Quiz Bowl. I am way more gracious than that. Everyone had the wording correct. It is All Quiet on the Western Front. Yay.
Hey.
So at the end of round 3, Jonathan and Quinn, you have 80. Arjun and Eugene, you have 90. And we are getting into a very fun midpoint. And why is my midpoint category not in here? Oh, it's very simple. Actors with bands.
Bands or bands?
Bands. BANDS.
Okay.
Z. So, some actors have bands as side hustles. I'm going to give you the name of a band that is fronted by a well-known actor and their highest grossing film in a year. So, and you tell me what actor is. For example, 30 Seconds to Mars, Suicide Squad, 2016, you would tell me Jared Leto. Got it?
Quinn did say Jared Leto incoming.
Yeah.
Immediately.
There goes the one that I knew.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I know.
I ripped the pre-gas.
Is going to come and kill me.
I'd like to say you took the Band-Aid off.
That's actually really, really good, Jonathan. Nice.
Thank you.
So it's going to be 5 points each. There's 4 of them here. So your first one is, the band is Dog Star. The movie is Toy Story 4. The band is She and Him. The movie is Elf, 2003. The band is Dead Man's Bones. The movie is Barbie, 2023. And the band is Lola Wolf. And the movie is The Batman, 2022.
Ooh, come on, Jonathan. Brain. What's that person's name? I can't even say people's names whose faces I know anymore.
Can do it.
It's on the tip of my tongue and it won't come out.
1 minute warning, friends. All right, friends, we're at time. I need answers. Give me answers.
All right. Yeah, we can go ahead, I think.
All right, ours are locked in the chat, Zahkia.
Okay.
All right.
Arjun, Eugene, tell me what you said.
So most of these we had little thunder. If any, for Toy Story 4, we weren't sure who the voices were. From the most recent one, we went with kind of the original Toy Story voices. We were between Hanks and Allen. I asked Eugene what he thinks is better. He said Tim Allen, which I think I agree with. So we went with that. Again, no,
I don't
no
like
thunder.
it though.
Yeah,
I bet
No
it's the guy who
thunder
played
whatsoever.
Forky, whoever that is. Can't remember who played Forky.
Yeah, I think Eugene knew number 2, which is we went with Zooey Deschanel on that one. Barbie, I was thinking it's probably Dead Man's Bones. It's probably maybe one of the guys in the movie, either Ryan Gosling or Michael Cera. We thought Michael Cera maybe is more likely to have a band. And then finally with the Batman, we really didn't have much to go with. We said Joaquin Phoenix, even though I think that's the wrong.
Okay. Jonathan and Quinn, what did you guys say?
Yeah, we said Keanu Reeves for the first one. Rang a bell, and Quinn was all over that. Quinn also knew that Zooey Deschanel has this band from this, and she was an elf. Dead Man's Bones, that was the name. I could not think of Michael Cera's name for a good 4.5 minutes. Finally, when I stood up, it unlocked, so I'm going to stand up for a while. And we said Michael Cera, and then we don't know who is in the Batman other than Pattinson, so we guessed Pattinson.
Okay. So, Dog Star, Toy Story 4. I do have a correct answer. It's indeed Keanu Reeves.
Good job, Quinn.
Thank you.
Both teams said Zooey Deschanel for She and Him Elf. That is the correct answer. She sings in that movie a little bit. She sings a lot outside of her band.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She also sings the theme song for the TV show New Girl.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. Yeah, I love that show.
Love that show.
Dead Man's Bones, Barbie. Both teams said Michael Cera. That is incorrect. You have to think of someone else who in that movie sings in other movies that he's in, but you might not think of him as a singer. It's Ryan Gosling.
Darn
Dead
it.
Man's Bones.
Of course. Gosh.
Is his band. And Lola Wolf, I did kind of lay a little bit of a trap here. Lola Wolf, Batman, it's easy to say Robert Pattinson, but I don't know if the Batman is his highest grossing movie. I think something in the Twilight series might have that beat. The correct answer is Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah,
We were never getting there.
Yeah, we weren't getting there because of the clue. We just didn't know anybody else in the movie.
Oh, that's fair.
It's better than
You don't
us
know
because we didn't know anyone in the movie.
Yeah.
At the end of the midpoint, Jonathan and Quinn, you have 90. Arjun and Eugene, you have 95.
Oh, it's a close
Ooh.
game. All right.
Close game.
Close game.
That's
Going
close.
to the scary second half. Woo! Let's get into round 4, question 1. Your category, give him a break. This tennis star announced that he is retiring in 2024 after 22 Grand Slam titles, an Olympic gold, 81 consecutive wins on clay courts. He will also finish his career racking up $134 million in prize money, ranked second overall after Novak Djokovic.
We have meow meows on this.
Oh my goodness. Meow meow. That means Jonathan and Quinn, you can talk this out.
Quinn,
Yeah,
I think
so
this is Nadal.
I was thinking the same thing. I know that he's one of the most prolific tennis players of our era, definitely known for being a clay court player, most notably. And I've been seeing all over the internet that he just retired last week. So I think this is, in fact, Rafael Nadal.
I'm with you. Let's lock it in.
Lock it in.
All right. We had a team with meow meows. That was Arjun and Eugene. What
Yeah.
did you say?
Yeah, we also said Nadal. It's my, he's probably my favorite player. So I've seen him play a few times, and I know he's great on clay. He won the Olympic gold. I think it was in 2008, and he, is retiring. I think we both saw the article a few days ago that he's retiring, so we went with Nadal.
He needed to, like all those knee injuries were messing with him bad. He needed to be like Raphael the Ninja Turtle and have a little break. Give him a break. The answer is Raphael Nadal.
Wow. He needed a pizza break.
I can talk about how the Ninja Turtles have haunted my year, but we're not going to do that. They're going to do round 4. Question 2. Your category is pop songwriters. Ryan Tedder is a prolific and critically acclaimed songwriter, winning 3 Grammy Awards for his work with Adele, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce. He is also the lead singer of what pop rock group, known for their own mega hits, 2007's Apologize, and 2013's Counting Stars.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Quinn, I'm locked in with you, baby.
Yep.
All right. That means Eugene and Arjun, you can talk out loud.
Is this One Republic, or I think that's maybe the name of it, or am I confusing it with a different band?
So second half is coming to bite me on question 2 already. I am well out of my depth. So if you feel good about that, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those bands that kind of meld together. I think One Republic is the right one, as long as I'm not confusing it with one of the boy bands that sounds kind of like that. But we'll go with One Republic.
Sounds good.
Okay, Jonathan and Quinn, what did you say?
Yeah, I can talk this one out. I had a couple of ins to this one. First of all, I watched a show on NBC a couple years ago called Songland, where they would have different musicians come and pitch their ideas to a team of songwriters to try and be selected to get their songs published. I also got a chance to go see Ryan Tedder's band with my wife a couple summers ago. We always like to travel for our anniversary every summer, so we went up to Cleveland, Ohio, and we saw One Republic. So we're locking in with One Republic.
I don't know what to say. You guys don't have to apologize for the correct answer. It is indeed One Republic.
It's been a long time since I've heard the song Apologize, but I do remember having a conversation with my ex-wife where I was listening to that song, and then I was telling her, she was saying how it was amazing how he sung that high, and I was like, he's just singing in a falsetto, it's no big deal. And she's like, whatever, you can't do it. And I'm like, everybody can sing in falsetto. She's like, no, they can't. I'm like, sure. She's like, I can't, and you can't either. I'm like, okay. And so I just sing the thing in falsetto the same way he does. And she's like, how the hell did you do that? I'm like, are you serious? Nobody, you can't sing in falsetto? Yeah, I thought that was just a thing that everybody did, but no, I guess it's not.
I think my wife, so actually, now that I think of the song Apologize, actually, my wife told me that I think in college she used to think it said, it's too late to have a child. It's too late to apologize for the longest time. So.
That's right. So it's like, it's too late to apologize. That's that one. It's too late.
So, Arjun, one of my favorite things in the world is misheard song lyrics. So I have a little bank of them that I just write down, and that will also be going in my notes app. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely add that one.
Oh, wow. Too late to have a child. It's amazing. All right. Round 4. Question 3. Your category, La comida que amo, which is food I love in Spanish. What is the name of the soup made from raw, blended vegetables that is native to Andalusia? It comes in ajo blanco, salmorejo, and cojondongo varieties.
We're going to log in.
Okay. Eugene and Arjun, you can talk out loud.
So I was thinking of gazpacho. It didn't say it was cold in the question, though, but I don't know if that's meant to make it harder or whatever. And then Eugene mentioned that maybe I'm not sure if that's just one vegetable or if it's different vegetables, but I can't really think of any other Spanish soups. I don't know. Eugene, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're my pedantic son, it is a single fruit. It's mostly a tomato, right?
True.
Gazpacho.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But I don't think, culinarily speaking, as I try to correct them often, that doesn't matter. But I don't know what else. I'm trying to even picture another soup made from, raw blended vegetables. I missed the raw to begin with. And the only name I have is gazpacho.
Yeah, same. And actually, the raw. Now that you mentioned the raw again, I don't even think I paid attention to that, but that leads to the cold. Blends in with the cold soup potentially.
Does that connect? Do you think Zahkia is just saying that she likes the soup for the category, or do you think there's anything there?
Probably just that she likes the soup. At least I can't force anything else.
I know. So. The tomatoes mean love in some world.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else, so we might be stuck with gazpacho.
Yeah, let's go with gazpacho.
Okay. Quinn and Jonathan, what'd you guys say?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had the same logic there. Andalusia being a region in Spain, and so we just tried to think of Spanish soups. It wasn't a very long list. The only Spanish soup that we could think of was gazpacho, so we also locked in with that.
So I'm glad you guys went to Spain with Andalusia and not Mexico. So the answer is not going to be pozole or menudo, though I do love those too. But yes, the category is just food I love. And I do love gazpacho. That is the correct answer.
Yay.
And I love all gazpacho. Like in summer, it is gazpacho season. In House Mendoza, we do tomato gazpacho. We do cherry gazpacho. We do asparagus gazpacho. It is delicious. So yes, I love gazpacho.
Right.
Yeah, hit me up if you need a recipe. I'll send it. All right. So at the end of round 4, Jonathan and Quinn, you have 120. Arjun and Eugene, you have 125. Remaining a tight game.
A tight game.
Mm-hmm. Keeping it interesting. Let's get into round 5, question 1. Your category, more sports.
Sports.
Football.
The NHL has the original 6. The Professional Women's Hockey League has the inaugural 6, with 4 teams with locations that overlap with the original 6: Montreal, Toronto, New York, and Boston. Give me one of the locations of the remaining 2 teams of the inaugural 6. The teams are called the Charge and the Frost, and both teams have current NHL franchises. For 2 bonus points, give me both. I should say I'm not going to make a distinction for which team you're giving me for main or bonus. So if you give
so we just named 2.
Mm-hmm.
Zahkia, you say locations. You didn't specify city or state. Was that intentional?
Yes.
Thank you.
You have a minute left.
All right, we'll lock in.
Okay. So, yeah, Quinn, I really love your logic of Calgary Flames. Flames being the opposite of Frost. Saying Calgary Frost. I love that. It's beautiful. Buffalo Charge could be. Buffaloes do charge. New Jersey's great as a location in terms of being right there with the others, you know, because you said Tampa Bay. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be Florida or Los Angeles, because all of these are tightly packed in an area for a small league that doesn't have a bunch of income. They don't want these long flights. So I'm assuming a lot there, but there you go. A Minnesota Wild still a thing? Minnesota
I mean, they still exist. I don't know if they have a women's hockey counterpart.
You want to go Buffalo?
We can go with New Jersey if you feel good about New Jersey.
I don't. I don't have any better reasoning than I do for Buffalo.
All right, we'll go with, I guess, Calgary and Buffalo.
All right.
Calgary and Buffalo. Arjun and Eugene, what did you guys say?
So let me tell you the thing that sucks about having an ADHD brain is that you can research something and then immediately forget what you did. I think I submitted a question to this effect months ago, like at the beginning of the summer, and then promptly forgot every single one of the teams that are there, just remembering that they are like cold. So we ended up, I originally was going with Minnesota and Tampa Bay. And then we started, so our logic here is that with the related franchises, we'd go with teams that sound close. So Tampa Bay Lightning, we'll go with Charge. That sounded close. I originally said Minnesota just out of instinct, but I was asking Arjun if there are any cold sounding other teams. And he remembered the Avalanche, which I liked. And, you know, it seems like a big hockey place. So we went with Colorado and Tampa Bay.
Okay. So unfortunately, this is 10 points to me.
Oh,
and And nothing for the bonus brigade. I'm so sorry.
Bonus brigade!
But the inaugural 6 teams of the Professional Women's Hockey League are the Boston Fleet, the Montreal Victoire, the New York Sirens, the Toronto Scepters, the Ottawa Charge.
I did say Ottawa as a guess, but it didn't sound right.
And Eugene, you're going to be really angry. Always go with your instinct. It's the Minnesota Frost.
Minnesota was the first one in my brain, too. Oh, painful.
It's okay, friends. Just shake it off. You're okay. Let's see if we can get into round 5, question 2, your category, more pop songwriters. I just stayed with it. It's a little bit of a doozy of a question, but we're good. What American singer-songwriter was credited as Niels Sjoberg in the credits for Scottish DJ Calvin Harris' real name Adam Wiles' 2016 hit, This Is What You Came For? The song also features vocals by Bajan singer Rihanna, real name Robin Fenty, but intense, eagle-eared superfans claim to hear Niels in the vocals as well.
Oh, we're going to lock in. Meow!
Oh, we have Les Meow Meow. All right. That means Eugene and Arjun, you can talk out loud.
I was going to say, I think I recognize one word in that entire sentence. I know
what is it?
Rihanna is.
Yeah. So the song is, I think, Don't Be Afraid to Catch Feels, maybe, which sounds like that. But
I know that song.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe Niels is in there, but I'm just trying to parse the question here too. So
right.
I guess it's looking for the songwriter. What's the songwriter for that song? I guess is the question. I can't remember who else. It's maybe a co-featuring somebody, but
can you sing any part of the song?
Absolutely not. Not until you're locked in.
Well, I can. Well, I can.
Zahkia, can you tell me the answer to the question, please?
It goes like, "Don't be afraid to catch feels."
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard it.
It's probably I'm just singing it badly. When you hear somebody else sing it, you'll probably remember it.
I don't know.
We would just try to name any American singer-songwriter from around.
Yeah, that has a stage name. Or is Niels Sjoberg the stage name in the credits? I'm guessing that
the
that's
answer.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Niels Sjoberg is the stage name. But yeah, like the answer is just Niels Sjoberg.
I know.
That would be the ultimate.
That's why he was credited with it.
She gave you all the extra people's pseudonym stuff later for no reason.
Yeah.
Just this guy.
Some NS as initials?
Oh, that's a good thought. Let's see whose initials are in.
I was gonna say Neil Simon, but that feels like not quite the right era here.
And how much time do we have left?
You have 2 minutes left.
Oh, great! 2 excruciating minutes.
Excruciating. Jonas? Is it like one of the Jonas Brothers? I don't know. Maybe.
Sjoberg? That's not bad.
Maybe we can. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe we just say Jonas. That might be enough.
Jonas.
What do you think? I don't think we.
That's fine by me.
Let's go with Jonas.
You guys are locking in Jonas?
Yes.
Jonathan and Quinn, what did you say?
Quinn, you had meow meows.
Yeah, I am a very big fan of this artist, so I am very glad that you chose this question today, of all days. I actually just saw it in a Learned League question the other day. There was a Learned League special where this question came up. This song was performed as part of a mashup on this singer's widely successful Eras tour. So this is the one and only Taylor Swift.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I added a little note about the intense eagle-eared super fans. The Swifties! The correct answer is Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Oh, my daughter's going to be so disappointed in me.
But Arjun, you were thinking of a Calvin Harris song, Don't Be Afraid to Catch Feels. That's a really funky one that features Taylor Swift's sworn enemy, Katy Perry, but
There's no more bad blood between them.
No, I like that song. It's catchy.
It's a groovy one, right? It's
Yeah,
funky. Yeah. I love it. All right. So let's get into round 5, question 3. Category, more food I love. Did you notice a little theme here?
Oh my God.
All right. And this is more of like a drink that I love. It's real simple. A cocktail that is a mix of beer and lemonade or lemon flavored drink is called what?
Disgusting.
Hey.
Is that good?
All right, we'll lock in.
Okay.
I don't think of this as a cocktail, Quinn. I think of it as a type of beer, but I see lemons on beer bottles sometimes, and usually it's like summer shandies. You think it could be a shandy?
I don't drink, so I don't know a whole lot about mixed drinks, but if you feel confident about it, yeah, we can lock in with that.
I don't feel confident about it. I'm just telling you words that have some kind of relationship in my mind because I don't recognize this. I know an Arnold Palmer is tea in lemonade. Maybe this is maybe this is the John Daly.
The Gary player.
Beer and lemonade. No, let's try shandy and hope for the best.
Yeah, same kind of idea. I don't know if I've ever had one of these, but I think I've seen it on menus and other things. I believe it's when you mix lemonade with beer, it is a shandy. So that's what we went with.
Yeah, Leinenkugel makes a summer version. The correct answer is a shandy. Nice job.
Hey, that was the
Thank
best.
you, Arjun.
Nice, guys.
I'm super Midwestern. I'm sorry. So at the end of round 5, it was switch in score. Mm-hmm. Jonathan and Quinn, you have 140. Arjun and Eugene, you have 135. Still really tight, but the tables have turned. Turntables. Oh. That is not the theme for round 6. I'm doing try-actor, try-bond until you guys make me stop doing it. Or this is like the 3rd time I'm doing it, so I might give it a rest for a bit. 3 times 3 try-actor, try-bonds. Like rule of 3, having fun. So that is our round 6. Try-actor, try-bond. Basic rules of the category. I'm going to give you 3 actors and a year. You tell me what movie I am talking about. So, round 6, question 1. Your tri-actor tri-bond is Charlie Sheen, Willem Dafoe, Johnny Depp, 1987. I'm sorry, 1986.
Well, now you've ruined everything.
Ah!
All right, we will lock in my educated guess.
Okay. Arjun and Eugene, you can talk this one out.
All right, so looking at the 3 actors, I kind of figured Johnny Depp is probably the easiest way to get into an answer here. I threw out Edward Scissorhands, possibly. I was asking Eugene just to confirm that was, in fact, Johnny Depp and that it was around that time. And I think Eugene said it's probably within 5 years of that. So anything else, Eugene?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was Johnny Depp. I was trying to think of the Charlie Sheen angle and what was he in that early, but I can't think of anything Hot Shots like that he was in. I know he was in stuff, but I don't remember that far back. So
yeah, I think that's probably good. I mean, when was Platoon? I think that was like a movie with Charlie Sheen, right?
Platoon is good too. I don't know if Johnny Depp was in Platoon. I could see Willem Dafoe being in Platoon.
Yeah,
but I don't know about Johnny Depp. Yeah, I like it. Let's go with it.
Edward Scissorhands, or
Edward Scissorhands.
All right, we'll lock in with Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, Jonathan and Quinn, what did you guys say?
Edward Scissorhands definitely has Johnny Depp in it. Platoon definitely has Willem Dafoe in it. I think it also has Charlie Sheen in it. We said Platoon.
So Charlie Sheen is the main character in this movie. He's Willem Dafoe plays a big role, and Johnny Depp plays a very small role, but he's in it. The correct answer is Platoon.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
That one's for Chris. Anytime I get an 80s movie, I need to say it's for Chris because that's not right.
Oddly enough, I have one for Chris in here, but it's not the second one. Round 6, question 2. Your tri-actor tri-bond is Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, and Rita Moreno. This is 1952.
Okay, let's lock.
Okay.
That was us.
Yeah, Jonathan and Quinn, you can talk it out.
Quinn, I know Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds are 2 of the 3 main characters in Singing in the Rain. I don't remember Rita Moreno being in it. I'm not saying she's not. I just don't remember. Rita Moreno, I think the biggest thing I can think she was in, I think she was in the film version of West Side Story.
She was in West Side Story, but I don't know if the other 2 were.
I don't imagine they were. So I don't have Rita Moreno movies in my mind that I can go through. That's not a thing for me. I just don't know. And frankly, I don't have Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds movies I can go through in my mind. I've given you the one possible answer. If it's going to be something coming from me, it's going to be Singing in the Rain for this. That's all I've got.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a bit before my time also. I'm not a huge classic movie fan, but when I heard Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, first thing I thought of was Singing in the Rain, so maybe Rita Moreno has a small part in it. I know she's kind of big with like musical theater and classic films and stuff like that, so she could be in it, just maybe a small part. So I think Singing in the Rain is probably our best bet.
All right, we're going to lock that in.
All right. Arjun and Eugene, what did you say?
I think they just said out loud the things that were in my head. I don't know if I can name anything else by that. They all kind of blur together, right? There's like a bunch of movies from that era that I can name with low degrees of confidence of who's in it. But Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, that's Singing in the Rain in my head.
Yeah. Rita Moreno played Zelda the Zip Girl in Singing in the Rain. That's the correct answer.
Hey.
Nice job, both teams. Round 6, question 3. This one is for Chris because I know he loves an actor in this list. Clive Owen, Julianne Moore, and Michael Caine. 2006.
Michael Caine.
Those are really good.
You said 2006?
Mm-hmm.
We're locked in.
Oh, no, they're going to make up ground on us on this one, I think. Quinn, you got an idea? Any thoughts jump out to you? This is early for Clive Owen, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what films Michael Caine was in around that time period, and
Lots of them.
yeah, I mean,
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
he was in The Prestige, but those other 2 were not, as far as I know. I mean, he was in the Batman movies, but
They weren't.
I don't think the other 2 people have been in the Batman movies.
Julianne Moore's in The Big Lebowski. I don't think these guys are. Clive Owen was in the Arthur movie, one of the King Arthur movies with Keira Knightley. I can't remember what the name of that was, but I don't think these others were.
Michael Caine was also in Now You See Me, that film about the magicians. I don't remember Julianne Moore being in that movie.
I don't hate that one, though. That Michael Cera was in that one, I think.
Michael Cera was in that one. No, wait. That was Jesse Eisenberg. I get those guys mixed up.
Look, they're brothers. They gotta be.
I enjoyed that movie, and I don't recognize the other 2 actors as being from that movie.
Julianne Moore was in... I don't even know the names of movies anymore. The one with Mark Wahlberg as Dirk Diggler. That's too early, though. That's 10 years earlier. So this is an older... This is Lebowski territory, Julianne Moore. This is an older Moore. And a younger Owen... And Michael Caine has looked the same for the last 40 years.
I feel like our into the other 2 has been finding a movie that 2 of these 3 people are in together, and I can't even do that right now.
I can't either. You said Now You See Me?
I think that movie is newer than I think it is, though, is the problem with that. And again, I'm a big fan of that movie. I've seen it many times, and I'm 99% sure that Julianne Moore is not in that movie.
We know Michael Caine worked on The Prestige, and that's a Christopher Nolan movie. Maybe it'll be a Christopher Nolan movie. Prestige was probably a year or two earlier than this, or maybe a year or two later.
The Prestige was definitely 2006.
Oh, it was? Okay.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Christian Bale was in The Prestige, and he was in the Batman movies and that's a Christopher Nolan movie as well. So,
when did Batman Begins come out? Could this be just Batman Begins?
I don't think it is, man. I suppose it could be, but I don't think it is. I don't think it had Clive Owen and Julianne Moore in it.
What about one of the sequels? I mean, Batman Begins, I thought was 2003 maybe?
The Dark Knight
earlier.
Was Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And that definitely didn't have them in it. Clive Owen. I honestly only know Clive Owen from that King Arthur movie. I don't know him in anything else. It's not like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or the Kingsmen or some other British. It feels British with Kane and Owens in it.
Yeah, probably.
You want to say the Kingsmen?
I don't think that movie's that old. If I had to make a guess, just based on the year and knowing that Michael Caine is in it, I would say The Prestige. But again, I don't know if the other two are in it.
Prestige about 2 weeks ago for the second time. It's not that.
Okay,
you guys are at time.
All right,
we'll
whatever
say
you want to go with.
Batman Begins then.
Sure.
Okay. The reason why it seemed like you were talking forever is because Arjun and Eugene have this almost immediately. What did you guys say?
Yes, I think this is a sci-fi movie. I remember watching it maybe in high school when I used to own it. It's where like nobody can have children anymore. It's only like one person that can still have babies, and then everybody work to protect them. And I think Michael Caine was like an old scientist of some sort, but that movie was Children of Men. I think that had all three of these.
Yes, not directed by Christopher Nolan, but Alfonso Cuarón. It is Children of Men. Nice job. It is a good movie. Oh, it's a good movie. I like it.
Great.
Oh, so at the end of round 6, oh my goodness, going into the gauntlet, Jonathan and Quinn, you have 160. Arjun and Eugene, you have 155. So close.
What a game.
What a game.
Oh, all of this because of stupid Minnesota.
Could have stuck with Minnesota.
Oh, no. What's your category there, Octopus?
Your gauntlet category is Detroit Will Fight You, a sports gauntlet. Colin, a sports gauntlet.
Nope. Mathing, not mating. I said, give me a sec for some mating. I'm down with it. You want to lock in?
Yeah, let's lock that in.
Wagers locked in.
Okay.
Our wagers locked in.
Okay. Question 1 of your gauntlet in the category Detroit Will Fight You, sports gauntlet. The 2004 brawl dubbed Malice at the Palace took place after a fan threw a Diet Coke at Ron Artest, leading to a brawl between players and some fans. Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, and Jermaine O'Neal were all suspended from what team? Since then, the teams have been able to keep it neighborly with the Pistons.
We're locked in.
All right, our answer is locked in.
Okay. Question 2 of your gauntlet. One of the canon events in the rivalry between the Detroit Red Wings and this team was a 1997 brawl dubbed Fight Night. Tensions were high between the Detroit players Chris Draper and Darren McCarty against Claude Lemieux and Patrick Waugh. Let's hope that this was the peak of the rivalry and the relationship is less rocky.
Lock in.
All right, we'll lock in.
Question 3 of your gauntlet. The statue of the fist at Hart Plaza in Detroit belongs to what Golden Glove winning boxer nicknamed the Brown Bomber? The Red Wings played at a stadium named for him from 1979 to 2017.
We're locked in on that one as well.
All right, we are locked in.
Okay, friends. Me and Stan are going to collect some answers. All right.
You and Stan, huh?
No, not that Stan. This Stan of Stanley Cup or what Sebastian calls George, my octopus, my Red Wings octopus. All right. So the 2004 Malice at the Palace essentially took place between the Detroit Pistons and what team? Jonathan and Quinn, what did you say?
We made sure we didn't rush to an answer here. We talked it out. We figured it needed to be neighborly, needed to be close. I have a memory of yellow jerseys. I remember this being the Indiana Pacers. I feel 85% confident in it. So we said the Pacers.
Okay. And Arjun and Eugene, what'd you guys say?
Yeah, same here. I think I remember seeing all the highlights of that, and it was the Pistons and the Pacers, so we went with Pacers.
Okay. Second question of the gauntlet. Fight night was between the Red Wings and what team? Arjun and Eugene, what did you guys say?
We said the Avalanche this time. Unfortunately, we...
You didn't want to go with Minnesota this time? It was right last time.
The only time I ever followed hockey was in college when I had a roommate while I was at Michigan from Colorado, and he was a big Avs fan and an actual.
That's interesting.
Because the only players I could name were Avs players. Was a bad thing to do in that part of town.
Jonathan and Quinn, what did you guys say?
You put a lot of clues in there, but I mean, all I needed to hear was Patrick Waugh, and I was going to say Avalanche.
All right.
He did.
You guys also said the Avs. All right. And the Fist at Hart Plaza in Detroit belongs to who? Jonathan and Quinn, what did you say?
As they said in Coming to America, even though they weren't talking kindly, he kicked Joe Louis's ass. It is Joe Louis. Joe Louis Arena is where the Red Wings played for a long time.
And Eugene and Arjun, what did you guys say?
So we had the same thought process. It was Joe Louis Arena and the Brown Bomber, and it was Joe Louis, so we went with Joe Louis.
Okay. Yeah, we got you this time. Good.
All right, excellent.
Yeah. So all three teams are in agreement on their answers. Let's see if all three answers are correct. So Malice at the Palace. Jonathan, would you like a quick Michigan geography lesson? So
Sure, show me your hand.
That's right.
All right. Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, Canada, Indiana.
None of that helped at all.
Indiana is the correct answer, though. It's like right here, directly south.
I can't accept this unless you show me this and then also show me this. Otherwise, it's not Michigan. Respect the Yoop.
That is not a thing. They call us trolls, all right? All right. So the correct answer is the Indiana Pacers. Nice job, both teams. Fight night was between the Detroit Red Wings and the Colorado Avalanche, which was the correct answer this time. Nice job. And the Fist is of Joe Louis. Not Frazier. So both teams got all three answers right. And you guys had some funny conversation about your wagers. So Arjun and Eugene, you guys were trailing. How much did you wager?
So we wanted to go with a relatively small wager since we were in second, but enough to cover maybe if they suss us out and there's kind of a game theory thing going on. But we eventually went with 8. Bringing
your score to 163.
Oh my
Jonathan
God.
and Quinn.
So Quinn, I told you, I said they are going to bet 10. That's their best bet is 10. So we wanted to make sure whatever we did, we bet enough to get over you if you bet 10. So we bet 13.
Oh.
Which would also keep us above you if you wagered 10 and missed it.
The best part about it is both of you guys almost wagered 6. I just have to cover my face. Like, I cannot be laughing at your guys' wagers right now. That's just But with you guys wagering 13, that brings your score to 173. And a tight game to the very end with a score of 173 to 163. This is one question.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan and Quinn, You are the answer. You are the answer. You are the answer to this game.
We are not the answer. Actually, we are the answer. We are the answer to who won this game. Eugene, I hope it doesn't feel bad, but if you'd have said Minnesota, this would have been a totally different finish.
Changed everything. Those bets would be completely different. Oh boy. It's rough.
Amazing. Good game, everybody. Well done. Before we go, we'd like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes that they care about. Quinn, you're on the winning team, so we're going to start with you.
Yeah, I would just say support your local teachers. They work long hours and pour a lot of themselves into making sure that your students get the best education they possibly can. So do what you can to help them out, whether it's helping with PTA or donating supplies or bring them a Sonic drink or a Starbucks coffee to just get their day started right.
Love it. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. All right, Eugene, over to you.
Working in EdTech, I was going to do the teacher thing, but Quinn beat me to it. So I will shift and say I think this episode will come out shortly post-election. And so I will say, everyone out there, be kind, no matter what had just happened to us, and let's love on each other a bit.
Hopefully.
All
right, and Arjun, over to you.
Yeah, no, so I think this might be the same one I used in the last episode I was on, but just I think it's really important. You know, we're all very busy with everything that's going to obviously work and also everything that goes on in our personal lives and with, you know, the election and other stresses out there, just to remember to take some time off, personal time, take a break, recharge. And I think that I've always found that, you know, you come back so much more energetic and powerful than you were when you were trying to crank through it, you know, for countless hours on end. So just put that out there as a reminder to make sure you give yourself breaks.
Preach. Love it. Agreed. All right, y'all. Well, that is going to wrap us up. So for Quinn, for Eugene, for Arjun, and for Zahkia, my name is Jonathan. This has been episode number 504 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.
I bet he's buffering.
I'm always buffering. I'm a buffering flamingo.
Everywhere I'm buffering.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me. Do you guys know the Rick Ross song Hustlin'? Every day I'm hustling, every day my sister, we're talking about misheard lyrics. My sister thought it was bustling. Every day I'm bustling, every day I'm bustling.